input some, but we are going to use the camera and mic.
Totally.
And then, and for archival video, we'll use the edited sound.
Thanks, Laura.
Yeah.
For your patience. We had a little bit of live stream drama to respond to. Thank you so much to Noah and Lix for sorting it out. But it felt in particular really special tonight to get the live stream going because I wanted to say the name Sasha Banks, who's a really wonderful poet who was instrumental in curating this event and isn't in the city anymore, so with us on the live stream. So I'm really glad that we have that going. And hi, Sasha. And hi to everyone. My name is Laura Hendrickson. I'm the program director here at the Poetry Project, and I'm extremely thrilled to be gathered this evening for readings by Stephon Lawrence and Diamond Sharp. I just have some quick reminders before we get into it. We have 2 all-gender restrooms located upstairs and then another 2 here on the first floor. And if you need access to those first floor restrooms, just find me or anyone on staff tonight and we can open the door for you. It's a real pleasure to be with you this evening. Would love to see you at the Poetry Project again soon. Our next event is on Friday. It's another really exciting one. We'll hear from Elizabeth Willis with her collaborator Nancy Bowen and Kim Hae-soon with her translator Dongyu Shui. So that's this Friday. Would love to see you back for that. I think those are all of my updates. So we'll hear tonight first from Stephon and then from Diamond. So it's my real honor now to get to introduce, Stephon Lawrence. The internet, as we know, is haunted by voluminous, unsecure, and insecure data, by old flames, past lives, and former selves, an ocean of language, a graveyard of light. Stephon Lawrence's new book, You Know How Much I Hate Being Alone in Social Situations, tenderly investigates the spectral realm within the virtual world, tracing the complex and dissonant echoes that follow from it into our material lives and relationships. These are poems of isolation and intimacy, skin and wires, metal and tears. They are, or the poet is, quote, a glitching, biodegradable organic thing, unquote. Paradoxically, perhaps, through the depth of Lawrence's attention, the digital becomes so tactile and corporeal that it breathes and oozes and sheds, a machine with organs, a picture that dreams. Like the best body horror, the poems are as difficult and visceral as they are captivating and transcendent. This book is haunted by a ghost, or maybe it's many ghosts, that flicker across the stanzas, that don't glide so much as float, begging the questions, who is the ghost and who the shell? What does a ghost feel like and feel? What is their room like when they rest? Because the ghost here somehow both does and does not have a body. It can bruise, definitely. It can smoke, maybe. It can feel sound, maybe. It can leave a mark, definitely. Quote, I'm following your ghost trail into the cold electric airspace, Lawrence writes. And later, you leave a dent in my bed. It is dry. Your ghost body is falling, unquote. Haunting here is reciprocal, ambiguous, and confusing, as Eros can often confound. Desire permeates these poems with the ferocity of a hellhound with a crush, an evil twin taking over, a ghoul on the subway pressing their knees up against your knees. These are poems for a world in which the action is spooky and the cigarettes are electric. As such, when it's time to meet the aliens, these are the poems we should give them to read. I am so excited to welcome Stephon Lawrence to the Poetry Project.
Thank you all for being here. I'm so happy to be reading with
Yeah, I'm just saying. Error. Sit connect. We really fucked this up. I feel like grumbling. Like ate trash past midnight. Like got too wet, nowhere to dry off. I'm shedding skin, shedding metal skin. Feeling organic, a shelf in Whole Foods. I'm bodega cat. Your face is skipping, scratched, game board, blow on a cartridge, blow, static fingers, page not going, not found, not going, found, not going to be ground, pass, go, trade resources, build, void, destroy, wait, homeland, redirecting. Little King Trash Mouth. We're in the woods. I told you. Black people don't like the woods. What's the point of climbing a rock? Isn't your life full of enough adrenaline, enough nerve, enough fear? No? What a luxury. I'm singing loudly and beautifully, and a little blue bird flies into my mouth with enough force to split itself in two. I pick and spit the feathers and bones and flesh out of my mouth, trying not to swallow its head. The ground, my hands, my mouth covered in tiny blue bird. We're supposed to go rock climbing, nature boy, you and me. You walk ahead without me. You don't notice my singing has changed. Maybe my song sounds as gas. Maybe you don't notice the birds have stopped tweeting. Maybe nothing is going to stop you from climbing that rock, especially not me and my little blue bird. Spooky action. Stop saying my name. I'm trying to watch this movie about vampires and love. No, not that one, the other one. Been thinking about theories lately, obsessing over reptiles with past lives. I was a snake once, or a dragon. I must have had wings. Whose heartbeat is this anyway? Really, I've been thinking about depressed robots. I can barely spell anymore. I need you to write my letters. Pens break in my metal hands, pens fall right through yours. I'm searching for spectral pens. Current aesthetic, too bummed to do anything worthwhile. Just taking online personality tests. And it takes one to know do a little robot dance to celebrate, because even though you're cold and dead on the inside, you still know how to get down. I don't know how well this applies to me, but I do love a good get down. I haven't seen any quizzes about ghosts, just these sad metal shells. Guess you'll never really know who you are. Now we're sitting in a pile of dead cigarette butts. You're holding a sign that says smoking kills. I light a half-gone butt, and you ask for a drag. We keep dragging on. I'm a smoke belly. Metal hookah pot belly, I'm feeling my insides pushing around, making space, spaces clanging. When I move a hip, you rattle inside. Go on, give me some more. I'm obsessed with fool love. Being eaten alive, take a chunk of my cheek first. I want to see my teeth from the outside. Actually, I'm obsessed with myself. I want to drown myself in hot, bitter coffee, just the way you like it. Reek of it, breathe it. It's kind of putrid, honestly. Ugh. It's okay, Smart Move by Shinji Ikari's Tears. I asked for NARS. I know what I'm about. Ha, you still can't spell. I'm so bad at not spacing out. What kind of fresh, shiny hell? My flaming you is just an aesthetic of high school me, but better dressed. Wow, yeah, that is dramatic. At jury duty, who's surprised? I don't brag about my cohort enough. 25% sushi, 50% general resentment. Can funny minute. I'm waiting on this wish fulfillment. Can do without the commentary though. Unseen from the left, after Haruki Murakami. Me, a young cyborg, the last angel with dry lips, walking back to jury duty with a bag of Chinese food, biting dead skin off my dry cyborg angel lips. Oh man, I wish those were my lips you're biting. Have you ever seen an angelic cyborg barf on Court Street? Okay, sir, let me bite your lip, clean off, spit it onto the ground, and stray cats will eat it. I'll leave you crying in the street without a bottom lip. Watch me walk away with your blood and a smile on my face. I'm this year's Ayamame. In any case, Ayamame had mastered at least 10 separate techniques for kicking men in the balls. She had even gone so far as to have several younger men she knew from college put on protective cups and let her practice on them. Your kicks really hurt, even with the cup on. One of them had screamed in pain. No more, please. If the need arose, she knew she would never hesitate to apply her sophisticated techniques in actual combat. If there's any guy crazy enough to attack me, I'm going to show him the end of the world, close up. Cold brew summer after bed follow. Maybe tonight I'll have a breakdown. This summer I was exhausted, stuck in Piss City. It's in the groundwater, feeding plants, I'm baking in it, breathing in these fumes, turning car engine, horsepower, okay. I'm roadkill cat, possum, rat, raccoon? Since when do we have those? I've gone inside out, full of eyes, spilling sights. I leer at myself. It's prep for when a man does it. I'm tired of feeling pulled apart, fucked to pieces by strange men on street corners, in office buildings, subway cars, park benches, restaurants, Twitter. Why even go on? Now, people find me pleasant to work with. Walking on Newport butts makes souls stink. My feet can never be soft. The MTA can never be clean. I'm always missing stops, because I be on that damn phone. What's the best T-tops for toxic waste? I can't keep track of retrogrades, but I know they're all fucking me up. A spooky Mulder field day. I want to meet these aliens. It's strange that I haven't. Have they landed? I hear a balding man call this tiny woman an alien. She doesn't have giant eyes or a fat teardrop head. Her spacesuit is on point, way better than mine. Another man on TV says, we've been invaded. What's up with these dudes? Says, they're here, walking, talking, strange languages, taking our jobs, but like, I can only spot Earthlings. I don't even have a job to take. What kind of anticlimactic shit? Another Roswell scam. I'm choking alone on wishbones now, keeping files open, crashing all my comps. This is really just the weirdest planet. My ears are full of water. There, Culture, by Shinji Ikari's Tears. Are we going to get rid of Broids? Who do they think they are, Bluists? I think I just ascended. Yes, welcome to my brand, getting your hair braided. Walk on my back, be a pal forever. Go and talk to your friends. I'm the single silver thief. I had a dream where I wrote this down. I'm dreaming about platinum earrings, but also I'm in the AACC 2355 subway station. I can't remember where I'm going. Probably to work. Do I go anywhere else these days? I'm following a murderer. I'm happy to travel together because I miss her dearly. Now we can commiserate about how much we hate going to work. I hate my outfit. It was better in theory than in practice. I'm wearing a Hawaiian shirt. I don't know why. The colors are a mix of neon SpongeBob, yellow, green, and Patrick purple pink. Why did I put this on my body? I'm wearing flared jeans and Adidas Sambas. I noticed the outfit in a reflective pillar, and the shoes are the first thing I hate. I feel eyes on my back, and I curse being corporeal. Someone, irate, yells at me about praxis? I still don't really know where I'm going, but decide to hop on the CC with my friend who's going somewhere else. There's a 4444 waiting in the station, and a white woman complains loudly like it isn't 6 a.m., like any of this really even matters, like she's the only one inconvenienced, and I'm over it, honestly. I wake up in the dream and write this down. I'm awake and about to get ready for my day, but I'm not. Someone handsome appears beside me. His earring catches the light. Then he disappears, and this doesn't seem out of the norm. I wonder if he'll buy me coffee later. I'm already practicing my order. 1 large iced Americano with an extra shot, please. I can really use the boost. Thank you. I wake up for real, and now remind myself to write it down. I do on the way to the queue. I'm unsure about my outfit, but feel more comfortable in it than I did in the one from my dream. My hair doesn't look the way I want, but that happens sometimes. I remember where I'm going, to work. I still hate it. I remember to write this down. I remember to edit it later. I forgot to put on my earrings. And to my coworkers that are here, I promise I don't hate my job. I promise. Forward read, that one night in Queens. Begin forwarded message. Hi there. I've deleted Tinder and refused to take down your number. So I've asked our mutual friend Britt, who also, funnily enough, introduced us, to forward you this message. Also, I will admit this early on, I've forgotten her name. I don't think I ever really took the time to learn it. I was ruthless and uncomfortable in my ruthlessness. A repeat rejectee, finally holding the power of the rejector. I said you weren't my type, but who am I to be picky? Who am I to pick you off like a scab on my knee, already halfway gone, hanging on by that last piece of unscarred skin? A fresh piece that stings when I rip it off. I drop the scab to the ground and everyone pities it. I am the least sad about this. But as you shifted from foot to foot, the atmosphere got thick. And a friend looking on shook her head in a come on kind of way. He's a good dude and he likes you, said the sheik. And I have to wonder, just how often does that happen? But I know I do not like you. My body couldn't relax around you, and my horoscope that day said to trust my intuition. I was so wound tight and it made me snap. A hound at your hand, jaw ready to clench the space between your thumb and forefinger, and lock and tear until your thumb became my thumb to do with what I please. Will I spit it out in front of you, the chance for reattachment, or will I swallow it? Shit it out later. Will you cry either way? Did you cry at all? I will admit, I would prefer if you kept your tears to yourself, but I don't get to decide that. And I will understand if you don't even make it to this point in my note. I hope this finds you well. I hope Britt forgets to forward this. In Laura's intro, she mentioned the hellhound, so I want to read you that poem. I didn't mark it, so excuse me while I flip through my book. Got it. Monster body. The hellhound thrives, I'm eating my leftover skin slush and eating Slender Man whole, or trying to. I can hear the crying out. It's coming from my third head, the kind one. I'm saying, let the boy be. I'm saying it's much too late for that. The Slender Man says, we're here to devour each other, aren't we? We're here for the haunt. My first head licks his back tentacles. When they wriggle, I bite one off. It tastes like licorice, a real tough chew. I share it with my second head, the greedy one. I lap up what oozes out. He pokes a hole in my underbelly, burns his fingers on the fire, but keeps digging deeper. I howl. He grips my third tongue. I paw at his sides. He laughs into my snouts. He's breaking my ranks. Really, I was never in control. This is the Slender Man's game. He opens his arms. My tails beat the snow like an excited pup's. He takes me in. There's a reaching from the hole he made. My human arms grab him by the lapels. They pull him into the hound. The fight pauses. He settles in. She sleeps on a full belly. I'm going to end with 2 new-ish poems. I say ish because I keep telling people I haven't written anything since the pandemic, and then I remember that I did in fact write these 2 poems, and then I feel like a terrible liar. So I'm going to read them so I'm no longer a liar. 6:15:20 to 6:15:21, and on, and on, and. The electrical lines got mad loud. Maybe a pigeon got shocked. It sounded so much like a whistle, like an "Ayo ma," poor pigeon. A scratchy throat, nasal drip, a sinus x-ray, desperately sucking in air. We outside, but only a little. My jaw has never been so clenched. The feeling of teeth pushing into each other, bone on bone, heavy pressure. She's so snatched. She has a cavity. Human capital management via Zoom meeting. The discomfort of home. I clip peeling acrylic off my nails and shut my eyes as the pieces shoot across the room. Too fast to see where they land. Somewhere. The wall behind me, ricocheting off lamps, their path undiscerning. Bouncing off the lens of my glasses, I jump and my heart rate spikes. My optometrist tells me, be careful with your left eye. If you lose it, you're fucked. But that's not fully the case. No one seems to know what's up with my eyes. Consistently, a neck pain, a migraine, unrelenting. An uncontrollable breakout along my jaw and right cheek. I pick and squeeze relentlessly. I hear of death. I hear it reopening. I force open the largest pimple on my cheek and watch it ooze. I wish I had developed a more projective stress response. Everyone else has a hobby now. I have another scab. I put retinol on the open wound and it stings. I can't fathom the look my esthetician will give me. Despair spiral. I do not dream of labor, but it is what I wake up to. A persisting violent dream leaves me unsettled in my skin. I've tried speaking it aloud, but the details are so foggy. No one believes their daughters. We're collateral. A marker of someone else's moral standing, the household prize, pride, or representative. None of these are paid positions. If a daughter has a hobby, too many friends, too few friends, takes a picture and loves it, takes a picture and hates it, doesn't want a 9 to 5, only wants a 9 to 5, speaks softly, speaks loudly, speaks, dreams of anything, it's a problem. In the pit of my stomach, the leeches I've swallowed are rioting and hungry. I wrongly swallow slugs to feed the leeches. Nightly, they all crawl back up into my throat and I gag until morning. One of my followers suggested I journal about it. So now I cough at least one slimy ball up a night and press it into a clean page. It's overflowing. There, I've done it. Depression solved. Thank you to the mutual who suggested. I feel so relieved. Okay, last one, I promise. It goes, I wonder, what is more stagnant than sitting at a desk doing nothing really, blocking out casual recaps of the news, forced empathy for Black death. I say forced because there's like a lot of concentration involved, you know? Lots of me's in a conversation where, anyway, stagnancy, never veering from a routine set out to whittle you down to nothing. What happens if I become a freelancer? Life is really just spending money, isn't it? Sometimes I think my friends are raising me better than my parents. Is that unfair? It's just, I'm only now learning about self-esteem, thinking about everything I have to unlearn, and I'm pissed. Why the fuck was I taught to be ashamed of everything? I just want to shake ass freely on a yacht. I belong to the water, but I've been taught to grind pavement. IDK, I've just been revisiting, now that I have all this free time. Sasha says I should keep asking the questions. I'd like to think I'm fuller now than I was. It's not by much. Don't get too hyped. All this ongoing work. High percentage emptiness. I'm actually begging for empty-headedness. No thoughts, just vibes. Seems nice. Hold on. I'd like to be vain for a moment. I think I'd like to reap the benefits of my beauty. What is the exchange rate on that? Ideally, I'd like to take a month away from everything, just to cry. Imagine me alone in a hotel room, sobbing, the kind of release I never thought I'd be gasping for. Okay, stop perceiving me, I beg, I beg, I beg, I beg, the desperate, pathetic thing I am. For now. Thank you.
Stephon, oh my God, this new poems, I mean, everything. I'm so excited about this book. If anyone doesn't have it, we have like 2 copies left, so be sure to get one of them. It is so important. I'm really, thank you. That was incredibly beautiful. Wow. Yeah. And I'm so excited that we get to hear now from Diamond Sharp, who I'm honored to get to introduce. We, as members of the living, are faced with an urgent and delicate question: how to be true and careful collaborators with the dead. How do we hear and honor their voices, and how do we authentically respond? In Super Sad Black Girl, Diamond Sharp provides an answer by way of demonstration. She reminds us that the dead are always already collaborating with the living, if the living are brave and attentive enough to recognize this and to listen. It is through such ongoing exchange, earthly and unearthly, that deeper engagements can be realized with the realities of this world, with the weight of another world, and with the potentials of many other possible worlds. In some of these possible worlds, the poet joins Lorraine Hansberry in her East Village apartment or Washington Square Park, and together they talk about freedom. In other possible worlds, the poet hosts dinner parties for Gwendolyn Brooks and Margaret Walker, where they talk about loving and dying. These moments of contact occur both in the present moment and in the past, and outside of time completely. The poems themselves are portals. They are brief in the sense that being swallowed whole is brief. They are funny in the way that the truth would be funny if it weren't so, quote, spatchcocked and flayed, unquote. These poems arise like chants or spells, repeating certain lines in long loops, like, it's up to the living to keep in touch with the dead. It's up to the living to keep in touch with the dead. Sometimes through repetition, words lose meaning or dissolve into sound. But here, I find it's the opposite. Through the insistence of the refrain, the reminder only becomes sharper, clearer, a polished mirror or a ready blade. In its tremendous precision, we understand the responsibility described is not only to the dead, but also to the living, not only to history, but to the future and to each other. Please join me in welcoming Diamond Sharp to the Poetry Festival.
Thank you, Sasha, who's out there, maybe in Philly, maybe Texas. Thank you for getting this together. Thank you to everyone who practiced here. It just feels really good to be here. So I fooled you all. I'm actually going to start with an essay, not poetry. So I wrote this essay right before I turned 25. I'll be 35 in February, though there's still time for that not to happen. That was funny, you can laugh. But yeah, it would have been right around the time I got my bipolar diagnosis, and it would have been around the time that I started applying to MFA programs. So it feels like a good moment to revisit the past in that way. So I've often thought of doing what Sylvia Plath described so poetically. I thought it would be easy, lying in the tub and seeing the redness flower from my wrist, till I sank to sleep under a surface gaudy as poppies. Ever the poet, even my suicidal ideations are perfectly crafted for greatest artistic impact. Over the past month, I've entered recovery. It's been a long time coming. I've spent nearly 3 years in some version of disarray, undiagnosed, misdiagnosed, and then when finally diagnosed, experimenting with medication. I want to just note here, so with bipolar disorder is often diagnosed, or at least bipolar 2 disorder is often diagnosed, misdiagnosed as depression. And so you end up taking Prozac, which actually causes mania. So it's fun. Yeah, so then you get a diagnosis and then you have to kind of figure out what kind of medication will work for you. And so it takes a while for medication to kick in. It takes me 8 months. I spent most of last year in a deep depression clouds through memory. 2013 is a cloud of feelings for me rather than strong memories. It's almost as if I was in prison the last year or so. I was there physically, but mentally I have no idea what happened. I got put through the ringer. Recovery is like waking up from a coma and relearning yourself. Bipolar disorder hides your authentic self somewhere deep inside your mind. I'm looking for the O diamond, pre-onset diamond. If anyone has seen her, tell her I'm looking for her. I entered a relapse last week. It's part of the illness. 1 step forward, 2 steps back. It's tiring. I'm tired. When you are insane, you are busy being insane all the time. When I was crazy, that was all I was. Sylvia Plath. Bipolar disorder has consumed my life and taken a lot from me. My sanity, my appetite, and a host of other things. It's interfered with my relationships. I was fearful of the diagnosis because all of the literature says that friendships and romance are a hard thing for those with bipolar disorder. How do you explain to someone that yes, it's me, but it isn't me? I don't have an answer to that yet. I'm in the process of healing a relationship. I didn't ask for this. I very much like to return this illness to sender, postage included. Bipolar disorder has taught me humility. What's the worst thing that could happen to a type A personality who was really into control and emotionally stoic? It's bipolar disorder. You're no longer in complete control. I think I finally accepted the fact that I'm ill and I'm no longer in control. 2014 is the year I woke up. Depression can have a blackout impact. I feel as if I just awakened, but the last time I was awake was something like 2011. Much of 2012 and 2013 is lost to me. Memories are flooding back, but they're fuzzy. Old traits are coming back. It's as if the old diamond is desperately trying to get out. I hope she does. So on my 25th birthday, I'd like to thank everyone who helped me to get here. The past 3 years of my life has put me through the wire. Interesting enough, the last 3 years of my life and a lot of our lives have put us through the wire. So here we are in history, kind of the circle. Yeah. Every time I read, I remember when I was a kid, I had a severe speech impediment, actually learning to read before I learned how to speak properly. And then I think about the fact that I chose to go into a line of work that requires me to speak publicly. And I think that maybe I'm not as smart as people say I am. I feel like that was not a good decision. Okay, super sad black girl. When I'm tired, I bare my bones, swallow my own hair, recover from my thoughts, drown, tweak, have a fit of human, eat myself whole, bleed freely, suffocate lethally, drown, bury this dust, amputate my body, abandon my mind, cry in public, want my ugly, choke, drown, tell the truth, fall, bleed black, swim in my own blood, stay free, wander, feel entitled, stay black and die. So as that very lovely intro mentioned, that's like the best thing I've heard about my book. That's better than I could have written about it, honestly. A lot of these poems are in conversation with a lot of like Chicago hometown heroes, which is where I'm from. So Lorraine Hansberry pops up, Gwendolyn Brooks, Margaret Walker. I often tell people that like if you're a young black child that lives in Chicago and you like to write, it's impossible not to engage with Lorraine's work and Gwendolyn Brooks' work. In fact, I went to a Gwendolyn Brooks middle school. Like they're in the water in some way. And I feel indebted to them, right? I feel like they have given like the tools and the pathways into one being and working artist, but also having to be a community member. I think that's very important. And most of my friends know I love Lorraine Hansberry. She, like I, kind of split her life, and she moved to New York. I lived here for 7 years. She was queer, though at the time she had to be secret about it. I think, most people know, right, obviously she wrote Raisin in the Sun, and she died young. She died of pancreatic cancer at 34. But I think, right, she's left such a rich legacy that, and she was so forward-thinking that we'll be dealing with her work for many years to come. So, Lorraine, I asked you over for a dinner party. Gwendolyn and Margaret are here too, but I'm shooting the shit with you in the corner. What's it like dying young? Having your husband sit shiver for you? Ms. Hansberry, what happens to black girls like us? Do we crust and sugar over our heavy loads? I'm asking you, Lorraine, tell me about the other side. Do black girls like us get free? It must be nice over there, like Chicago with her broken nose. Not easy to love, but necessary. In the purgatory rooms, are black girls sipping Moscato? I hope so. Tell me what you want, Lorraine. I'll bring the blacks and a bottle penny. Exile. Lorraine and I are sitting in her old apartment in the village. 2 Chicagoans in exile. She's smoking a black while I cradle a glass of penny. I don't really drink it, I don't smoke it. It's all make believe. Where can we go to be black, Ms. Hansberry? The other side, Mars. I've been thinking about leaving. It's the only place for black girls between the purgatory room and the edge of this universe. I thought about eating myself whole. Maybe black girls get free on the other side, Miss Hansberry. She likes a black taste of long drag. And she says, black girls don't get free. Me and Lorraine are walking through Washington Park. At the pond, Lorraine takes a drag from freshly knit black. She says, black girls have always been free. We're from the future. Purgatory room. It's funny, so when this book came out, I had a reading with my friend during St. Felix, and she asked me about this kind of suite of poems that take place in a purgatory room. I was raised in a Catholic household, and Chicago has a very large black African-American Catholic population. For reasons I won't bore you all with, but the Great Migration, class aspirations, just read The Warmth of the Suns, and I'll explain that for you. But I don't think I'm not religious, I'm agnostic. And then I realized after I wrote this book that like Catholic things keep popping up, and that maybe I do kind of think the purgatory idea makes sense. Like obviously it predates Catholicism, right? Like this idea that there's some last chance space, right? Like that makes sense to me that humans would create that. Of course, it's always an out. Right? So yeah. So purgatory room. It's me, Sandra, and Rakia in the back of the purgatory room. I snuck in a bag of Bittner's crunchy curls, and our fingertips are covered in dusty red film. Rakia says she doesn't remember the last time she shot the shit like this. Everything is fuzzy, and her ears still ring from the buckshot. Sandra says this is the first fun she's had in this place. When Rakia Boyd died, I think that was 2015. She died in the neighborhood that my family is originally from on the west side of Chicago. And I remember looking at her picture and being like, this would be my cousin. Right, like it's so close to where my family lives that like it's like too close to home. And then of course the Chicago police officer that was involved in that, he never really saw justice. He was able to get his pension. So there's that. Purgatory room number 2. Me, Rakia, and Sandra are in the back of the purgatory room, and this shit is getting boring. They serve Moscato here, and I grab 3 glasses. We're Chicago girls, we'll be dead if we don't save ourselves. Sandra says her neck still hurts and it's hard for her to swallow. Her hands have been bloody since the day she came. Rakia says she has trouble remembering anything before the bullet. Purgatory room number 3. I'm eating chips drizzled in Louisiana hot sauce. It's the only thing good about this place. Rakia says chips were the last thing she ate before it all went dark. She and her friends were in the alley shooting the shit, and a shot, and her head started hurting. Sandra says she wants to play spades to pass the time. I don't know how to play. She invites some guys from the other side of the room. They're from Chicago too. But I actually don't know how to play spades, and all my friends do, and I refuse to learn how to play it. I don't like games. I don't like games, literally or metaphorically. Also, card playing is gambling, it's bad. That's my line, I'm sticking to it. The Golden Shovel. Gwendolyn and I met for drinks at the Golden Shovel. The 7 are here and they are shooting pool in the back. She tells me that the best company are the dead. They are quiet, agreeable, and they make no trouble. Maud and Martha. After the Golden Shovel, we take a walk on 51st Street. We pass the National Lady and the Icy Kids, making our way to the park. We meet Maud and Martha at the lagoon. Maud and Martha is thinking of sending her grandkids down south. It's getting dangerous here, she says. To be black means to be in constant state of migration. The other side, Gwendolyn and I are in Bronzeville, and the sun is shining. The ghosts that haunt the Golden Shovel have come out to chat. They take us to the back where everyone is smoking. We both take a drag, and Gwendolyn tells me that the other side is just like this one. The days were longer though, and there's no need for sleep. We can see the others, but they can't see us. This gives us time to think about things. There are portals to nearby edges of the universe. She tells me that the door to the black one is just beneath the L. It's open for the living too, if only they can find it. Let me check how much time I have. I am timing myself. Oh, I have some more time. Gwendolyn and I take a walk down the boulevard to the park. On the street, we laugh. Beneath the L stop is the portal, she tells me. On the other side, black girls are free, whatever that may mean. Free and heavy. Lorraine and I meet for lunch. Gwendolyn and Margaret are here too. I say, is there a point to this? Does dying always feel so freeing or heavy? They look at each other and smile. Lorraine and I take a beat and sit by the drinks. We are in the land. We are nowhere, and further from Chicago than we've ever been. Gwendolyn joins us and tells us to go the way our blood beats. What are the things we forget when we cross over? Do we sing songs of gray? Does something shatter and fall apart inside? I am in a process, and I did not come here to stay. Ms. Brooks says that lasting is not living. I've come this far, why not stay? Black Lady Lazarus. Dying is an art, and we black girls do it so well. Sandra and Corinne, Brianna and Atiana, Ayana and Rakia, Tanisha and Yvette, Miriam and Shelley, Darnisha and Alyssa, Alicia and Chantel, Sharice and Tarika, Catherine, Alberta, Kendra, Natasha, Janisa, Maya, Evanor, and I dream of leaving a sea of poppies on my bedroom floor. My light is deteriorating. There's nothing I can do but watch. My insanity is Saul and tincture, co-conspirator, conflicted, judge and jury, like a house with rooms of grandeur, a home away from home. Sanity is precious, and I highly suggest holding on to it if you can. Yeah, it's funny. Losing one is funny. Yes, it's funny. Like, at some point you really have to laugh. Like, it is not one thing, it truly is the other. As if it's just sad, that's also, I think it's funny. That's just me though. The opening to the other side is beneath the L tracks, next to the beauty supply, the one that's down the street from the corner store. It is topsy-turvy, discombobulating, in a way that one imagines death may be. It is no cakewalk. Take 2 steps and knock 3 times. Take a breath, scream, rock, have a final burst of living, ponder, and release. So, I think I'll read one more Lorraine poem, and I'll close with the final poem in the book. Does being young, gifted, and black always mean dying young? Okay, so these, my book is called Super Sad Black Girls, so you all knew that they were going to be sad poems. I hope no one thought otherwise, so I'm sorry. So And so those poems are kind of written, I'll say, through 2019. And then 2020 happened, and, you know, I think probably all of us will spend a lot of time recovering from that time. And I think I can read this poem without crying. But when I'm in New York, I always feel the need to read this final poem in the book that I wrote towards the end of 2020. This is dedicated to Zoe Munchen, who everyone in Wellesley knows. Yeah, I think I made it through. And also Zoe would laugh at me. So I would have my makeup, and she would find that funny. I want to say that Zoe, she's the one that encouraged me to get it fit. She encouraged me. She did it first. She looked over my applications. She told me where to apply and where not to apply. I was thinking about going to law school like an idiot. You know, Wellesley's kind of a pressure cooker, and like, there's a reason why the alums from our college people know about Hillary Clinton, Madeleine Albright, right, tend to lean towards going to save the world, or depending on your politics, but you know, in theory, that's what they might say. Right. It's the other women's colleges that kind of have more RC people, and so it felt kind of like to take a step away from that and not go to law school or business school, and be like, no, I think I'll get an MFA and do something unusual. And to my knowledge, Zoe and I are the only Black women, at least within the 2 years above us and maybe the 2 years beneath us, to have MFAs. It's unusual. And so she encouraged me to apply. And then so she got COVID and she didn't survive. And I spent a lot of time after that wondering why. So if I can get myself together, I'll read this last poem, which is Infinity. I lost a friend through the door of no return. Today she was alive. It's dark. If I meet you in the middle, we can double back. I can take you with me. Why do you have to go? Time is a circle. I'm here, and she's there. We should be able to meet in the middle. Where is that someone that she is? Can she catch a ride back? What is the travel time? Do we keep falling and falling and falling? Where is the bottom? Can we leave? Does anyone get to go home? If she's in the past, then she's in the future. She's here too. There is never a goodbye. Yeah, somebody was from Brooklyn. I feel like, yeah, when I'm here, I need to talk about her. And I wouldn't be here if she had encouraged me to apply. And, you know, I miss her. I wish that you all could read her writing. And now that I'm fully crying, messing my makeup, I think that's the end of my portion. And thank you all so much.
Oh my God, Diamond, thank you so much. That was so extremely beautiful. And I do have to warn you that there's only one copy of the book left. So if you do not yet have it, there will be other opportunities, I'm sure, but only one more opportunity tonight. So someone will be lucky and get it. Thank you so much. Truly, what a gift of a reading. Diamond, thank you. Stephon, thank you. And thank you all again so much for being here. I really hope to see you at the Poetry Project sooner or elsewhere in the city, and have a beautiful rest of your night.
Thank you.